Casey Thompson.
Yep. Did you sense, he said he thought going in he could just run by some of those guys. That's the way he is. Did you feel that was a matchup, though, going in?
Yeah, I think I said earlier this week, I knew they had a good front seven. The linebackers are good. Their defensive line is real active. But I didn't feel like that they could guard any of our receivers, and I definitely didn't think they could run with Trey. And then obviously that showed when we go up quick in the first quarter. I mean, you have 150-plus passing yards in the first quarter. That's a pretty good sign. And, our goal was to just take the top off of the defense today, and we did a good job of that. We hit most of the shots that we took, so we executed the game plan pretty much. It was our game plan to just go after the – we knew that they had to cover in space, and that's what we were trying to do. One of the starting corners was out, so they had to rotate some of the backups, and we just tried to get Trey matched up with a lot of different DBs.
Describe that moment. It's been since 2014 since Nebraska's wanted to go over to the Iowa sideline and take that trophy. What was that moment like for you guys?
Winning feels good, and losing sucks, and it just felt good to win today, no matter what's on the line. I didn't even know that they handed out a trophy until right before the game. I guess it's called like the hero something. I don't know. I'm from Oklahoma City. I don't know anything about the Big Ten, so I heard that they gave out a trophy for the Nebraska-Wisconsin game, also for the Nebraska-Iowa game. So it was big for us to get that trophy and take it from them. I didn't know it had been that long since we beat Iowa, but I'm happy to be a part of it, and it was definitely a good way to finish out the season and just finish strong and end on a high note. And just show ourselves and show everybody what we can do when we play 4 quarters of football. So, good win for the team, and just happy to be a part of it.
Have you ever had chemistry with a receiver like you have with Trey?
Yeah, Xavier Worthy, number 8 at Texas. We had really good chemistry last year, and he had a lot of touchdowns, and he accounted for a lot of. I think I had like 24 touchdowns last year, 5 rushing, but he had a lot of the touchdowns last year for sure. And one of his longest was a bubble that he took 75 yards. So it was really good to get here with Trey this season. We started to build a chemistry in the off season. First time I saw him in the Hawks indoor facility, we started running routes, and I remember the first day we ran routes, we had about 3 or 4 incompletions. Our first time throwing together, and every time after that, we said we're going to have no incompletion. So just working with him this off season, and he's going to be a good player, and I'm really happy for Trey and happy for the way he played this season.
After the Ramirez fumble, the stadium's kind of going crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, what were you hearing from guys on the sideline? And it had to be a little tough for you because you're trying to run the clock, and so the throwing game was taken a little bit out of the equation. And what was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I just try to execute whatever play is called, and he said, Coach on the headset before that series said, we're going to go under center, break the huddle at 12 seconds and snap it at 3 or 1 second. So that's what my job was, and I just told the running backs, either put 2 hands on the football or just try to make sure you lock the elbow and secure it all the way through the ground. And, it's a lesson learned. We move on from it, but, we made it way closer than it had to be. Honestly, I think we could have thrown for 400 or 500 yards, so I would have liked to just keep throwing the ball down the field. One of the last drives we got into a 3rd and 17 or 3rd and 16, whatever it was, and threw a post corner to Trey, and he picks up, almost all the yards. And, I was ready to go under center and go QB sneak on it, but we decided to punt it. So, the fumble was obviously unfortunate, but we bounced back from it. That was a crazy 4th quarter. We made it way closer than it had to be, but we came out with the W, and that's all that matters.
One or two more for Casey. Casey, do you think that this, like an experience like this for the guys who are back on this team, is something that they can build on? It's been such a struggle for Nebraska in the series and in close games in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think there's really a stigma of Nebraska doesn't know how to finish games and close games. I mean, if you look at this season, 3 of the wins came in the second half, and we had to win the game in the 4th quarter. We were tied with Indiana, ended up beating Indiana in the 4th quarter. in the North Dakota game, we had to pull away in the fourth quarter, won that game. Against Rutgers, we're down 13 at halftime. Come back and win that game. Tonight against Iowa, we have the lead, right, comfortable lead, and they're getting closer, and things are starting to not go our way. We let them score, then they get a field goal, or then we fumble. But at the end of the day, we still won the game in the fourth quarter. So however many years that it's been that this football team hasn't finished games in the fourth quarter, I think that we broke that streak, and we know how to finish in the fourth quarter. Now, that doesn't mean that we're always going to win games in the fourth quarter. Sometimes the ball just rolls the other way, but we did it tonight, and we've proven multiple times this year that we're capable of doing it, and that's obviously with the interim head coach. And so I know that this team is capable, and I'm really excited about what's in store.
Is this kind of the cherry on top of your career in college, or do you want to be a coach?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. At this point, it's been a long season for me physically. The demands of playing quarterback at this position, at this level, here at the University of Nebraska, it's a blessing, but it's a curse sometimes because you have to deal with so much. At this point, I'm excited to just rest my body. I played in 9 full games, missed 2.5 games. Would have liked to play all of them, but at this point, I'm just excited to rest. Been playing through a lot of injuries this season. I actually suffered a slap tear in my right labrum in week 3 or 4, right around the Oklahoma game. So got to make a decision the next few days about what I want to do with that. Like I said, there's a lot to consider in the equation. Who's staying, who's coming back, meet the new head coach. There's a lot of things I have to do, but the first thing I have to do is get healthy, and I have to make a decision about what I want to do with my right shoulder. Like I said, you guys know I have an ulnar nerve damage in my right arm, kind of down into my pinky, and an elbow contusion. Be excited to just rest and heal that. So, this unfortunate dealing with stuff on your throwing arm. At this time last year, I finished the season, the last 6 weeks of the season at Texas, I played with a dislocated and torn right thumb on my throwing hand. So just having these injuries on your right arm is not good, and I don't know, it's exhausting to get treatment and have to just try to fight through and push through practice and come out here and walkthroughs and warm-ups and stuff like that. So I'm glad we got the win tonight, but I'm also excited that the season's over with so I can rest my body, and a lot of these guys can rest their bodies up as well. So that's my main focus right now, is just my health, catching up on some sleep. Be excited to walk in a few weeks and get my master's degree. I think it's in Pinnacle Arena. That's where the graduation is. So a lot of things coming up in the next few weeks. And like I said, I'll meet the new head coach and sit down. We have exit meetings and a team meeting on Monday. So kind of just see where everybody's head is at. And I'll make a decision in the next couple of weeks, and we'll go from there.
You've been vocal about your relationship with Mickey this season. To get a win for him and what might be his last one as interim head coach, what does that mean to you?
It's big time because I know how much he cares about this team. I know how much he loves Nebraska. It's not easy to take a job, when he's at LSU and he wins a national championship over there, and he's recruited and he's comfortable, and he decides to leave and come to the University of Nebraska and bring Trey Palmer. And he's dealt with a lot of adversity, and like I said, I've always respected Mickey Joseph, but I have more respect for him now because of just how he battled through all of it, how he's continued to lead this team, players and coaches. And I meet with him a lot throughout the week, and we meet with him as a leadership committee on the Unity Council, and we're really happy for him. We're always chanting his name anytime we get a win, so we want to see Mickey succeed, and I think everyone can agree that we all want him here at the University of Nebraska. All right, thank you guys.